So I just wanted to talk quickly about the new Drift Ghost by Drift Innovation, and more particularly the remote control. It's a two-way remote control. Now those of you that have used Drift cameras before will know that this particular action cam has always had a remote control. It's been one of their great features, the fact that you can actually remotely access the play functions on the camera. So you can turn it on, off and on remotely. Always been a standard feature. This new remote control is a two-way remote, so you can actually control functions inside the camera from the remote control and check its recording status as well. So there's some really cool features. The remote control has its own battery, so it's a USB charger. Very simple. I wouldn't say that it's waterproof. The camera, as it sits there, is waterproof to 3 meters without a housing. It's one of the really key features with this camera. The camera's already on. As you can see, a big review screen, 2-inch Gorilla Glass, rotating lens. I'm not going into that. That's not what we're here for. What I want to talk about is the relationship between the camera and the remote. So the camera has 4 primary functions. It's a video, does stills, does interval shots, and does bursts, so 10 shots in 1 second. Now, I'm not going to go into each of those icons and show you the different settings. There's plenty of videos out about that. What I am going to show you though is how I can control those functions using the remote control. So I'm going to go ahead, turn the remote control on. So you'll see that it's obviously come up and flashing a light now telling me that it's activated. Interestingly enough, you'll notice that the light on the remote control is actually the same light, or same color light as on the camera. So simple, press start, the camera turns red, the camera light turns red showing that it's recording, and then stop to show that it's stopped, back on standby. Now, interestingly enough, you will have noticed that the camera goes red, but also the remote control flashes red as well to indicate that it is actually recording. A really, really cool feature. Something else it does while it is actually recording, there's 2 separate functions. You can't have both, you have to choose. One of the functions is, and mine is set to take a still photo, so you can just press that button while it's recording. The remote flashes blue to show you that it's taken a still photo. The other function that it does, and that's all happens while it's recording, so you can be capturing an event, see something, press the remote, and it'll actually take an 11 megapixel still photo of that. The other really cool thing that it does is if you don't want to take a still, you can actually video tag. And what video tagging does, just turn that off, what video tagging does is records from while you're recording. You press the video tag button, which is the start button of the remote. It will then record the prior 30 seconds, the current 30 seconds, and the next 30 seconds, so giving you a minute and a half of video. So if you see one of your mates stack, or there's some action that you've just missed, you hit the video tag button and you can grab the previous 30 seconds of that, and that'll actually tag that on your file card, so you can actually go straight to that later on. The other cool thing that it does is you can actually change settings. So as I said before, there's video mode, still, interval shot, great for time lapse, and burst, photo burst. So let's say, for example, the camera's mounted in a position where you can't get to it and easily change the settings. What you can do here is you can actually just change those settings from there. So now the camera light has gone to yellow, the remote's flashing yellow, showing you that the camera is now taking still photos. Press that, it's taken a still. I want to change now to interval, so that's time lapse. Again, the camera is now showing purple, but the remote is showing the same color, and I can take that. It's set for taking an image every 3 seconds, so you can see that going ahead and taking those images. Remote control flashes red each time it takes an image, and that will go on until the battery runs out. So purple, obviously, interval, and then we go to blue, which is the burst mode, and burst will take 10 images in 1 second, like a machine gun. So it's just saving all those to the card now, and it'll come back to blue. The remote goes back to blue as well. Really cool feature showing you the capacity the camera has. I'll go back to video mode, camera changes to green. Really cool feature, very unique, and very, very handy, and something that will get used a lot, I'm sure. Hope you enjoyed that.